What's up, everybody? How are you doing today? It's DoubleDaddy here from TokenPathways.com. I hope this video finds you well wherever you're viewing us, and I hope you don't ever forget to like and subscribe. We are on Discord, we are on YouTube, we are on X, we are on TikTok, we are in a lot of places, and you can email us too if you like. So, jumping into today's video, it's going to be a little different today. Normally we cover news articles, but at the tail end of yesterday's video, I chatted about one of my favorite digital collectible projects, Disney Pinnacle. So we're actually going to focus on that today. So let's do that. These are the crypto prices today. Let's have a quick scroll. Not a whole lot happening. A little bit of up, a little bit of down. Not too much to write home about. So, moving over to the Disney Pinnacle app. As you can see, we've got digital collectible pins. And they come in many forms. This is Disney Princesses. We've got a open edition release of the Disney Princesses here. We've got another release, which is also open edition of Toy Story pins. And then here you can see there is a limited edition Stitch pin, or a collection of limited edition Stitch pins that are going to be releasing on Thursday. So these are the current offerings as to what's available in the capsule availability. This one's not available yet. It functions differently than these two, but I'll get there in a minute. Basically, what a digital collectible app is since it's backed up on the blockchain, you actually own the assets that are in your wallet. So if you see, I'll click the paragraph in the upper left corner. You'll see I've got an account here. I've got a wallet ID here, and there's even a balance in there. So you can see I have a presence on the blockchain. This is not a Bitcoin blockchain. It's not an Ethereum blockchain. It's called the Flow blockchain, and it's run exclusively by Dapper Labs. That's the company behind Disney Pinnacle. This project is not the only project by Dapper Labs. They have been in the space for quite some time. They are responsible for the first big success in the space, which is CryptoKitties. So they've built on their successes. They've got agreements with NBA, NFL, NHL, and now Disney. So this project is it's a very well put together project. But I digress. I just want to say that so far my experience with this project has been very positive. So we'll start with these two pins. Actually, we'll quickly jump over to my collection. I just want you to see that you can see things that I have acquired in my collection. The different background colors and the different border colors denote different variants or different sets. Generally, the darker purple you go, the more valuable it is, or the more rare it is, the more limited it is. Again, I digress. So you can see, you can scroll down, there's many different things, many different types of variants, many different colors in this, many different characters available to you. You can see there's a bunch of gold right there. There is a gold variant. We'll get into them. So let's just, we can filter, but we'll filter in a bit. We're going to go back home. The idea here is to see that you can buy a mystery capsule that contains a princess. So let's do it for fun. I'm going to buy a mystery capsule. I'm going to use my credit card and my fingerprint to do this for you. You know, I don't need a princess at this point, but for continuity's sake, let's make a live purchase and we'll see what happens. So we're receiving the item. This is happening on chain right now. We're going to get a capsule here. There's going to be, I'm going to tap it. There's going to be a bit of a song and a dance. You can skip this if you want, but I'm not going to. I generally look away at this point because the pin's going to spin. All right, we got a silver background. That means we got a brushed silver pin. We have Tiana. This is like I said, a brushed silver digital collectible pin. There's the back of it. It's got information on it, when it was minted, when it was printed, when the collection was released. I could buy another one. I could go straight to my collection, but that's how you buy a capsule. This is the second edition of the Disney Princesses, and I'm actually going to pop back in there and I'm going to show you why. So we've got, if I tap, say, Belle, and we scroll down, we'll see we've got standard Snow. Okay, we're going to use Snow White as an example here. Snow White, just because she's the first pin in the collection to display, we can see that there's a standard variant, and there's 1,836 of them. Let's load it up real quick. This was, I believe, the first Disney set that was released was Disney Princesses. So this is a standard Snow White. Then you have the brushed silver Snow White. We looked at a brushed silver Tiana, so I'm not going to show you that one. Now we have one of my personal favorites, the silver sparkle variants. This one, again, Snow White, very nice pin, and you can see the sparkle it's got going on around the edges. Now, it doesn't, there's no determining factor on what color the sparkle could be. It's always going to be the same, so all the Snow Whites have the same sparkle, but it's really artistic interpretation as to what the company and the artists think is going to look best. So some of these are really popping. And that's why they're my favorite variant. So here is the gold variant. You can see that as we carry on, we're going down in mints. So there's much less gold than there is in, say, silver sparkle or standard. It's hard to judge brushed silver, as well as the following one right here, this marble luxe. It's hard to judge the final mints because these two editions are still active. This is a gorgeous pin, though. Out of all the pins that I've shown you to date, this and the silver sparkle are probably my favorite. Now, last and certainly not least, the most sought after digital pin in the Princesses realm is the digital display variant. And generally, any open release pin has a digital display variant, and it's the hardest one to get. And you can see it glitches in and it glitches out. It's a beautiful, beautiful work of art, and we're hoping that in time we can send these to digital photo frames so that you can, these become talking pieces, not just items that are kept on your phone that we show each other, or items that are kept on the blockchain that we talk about. So that is, and you can see we can move on to Moana. There's exact same variants for Moana and Cinderella, Ariel. There's 9 Disney princesses in this set. There's Tiana, Mulan, Belle. Anyways, there's 9. That is, in a nutshell, how open editions work. You've got a chance to pull from capsules based on varying odds, and they're only available for certain limited windows. So the period where you could get standard sparkle, gold, and digital display princesses was a year and a half ago. You can't get those anymore. You can only buy them or trade for them on the marketplaces and trade events and we'll get to those in a second, or a minute or two anyways. But we have re-released, and that's completely fine. That's part of the fine print the company said they could do. They're different variations, and the release model here is very nice. These re-releases are only available for a week for all 9. So the mints are coming in nicely. They look like they're going to be in line with other variants based on where rarities should fall in. That is the end of what I want to say about the princesses. You can get these in the storefront. They do show up with varying percentages, and they are random. So I'll move on to that shortly. I just want to say that the Toy Story Open Edition functions the exact same way. Instead of 9 different pins, there's only 3, because this was released in waves, much like the original Princess release was, and the same types of releases here are only available in this collection. You're going to find standard, sparkles, golds, and digital displays only. There's no re-release on this item yet, and again, they have 18 months from the end date, I believe, of the last release to close it for sure. Now, we have 2 other types of pins that we're going to talk about, but before we do that, we're going to head to the store. And in heading to well, I guess there's 3 types of pins to discuss still. We'll discuss Genesis keys because that's going to be the segue into the shop. And I apologize, I have collected my key for this time period. It's just habit. I apologize. Anyways, I'm going to scroll down in the app here a little bit. Once you get past, a purchase segment, we get into promos and news and such. So this is a humongous promotion released by Disney Pinnacle, and it centers around the 12 one-of-one Genesis keys, or Genesis pins that were created at the inception of the project. So during this global launch release program, that's what the Genesis Key Project is supporting. They're going to release 3 of these one-of-one pins, and we already know what they're going to be. The first one is here. It's Simba and Rafiki. And once the community at large claims 100,000 keys, then this pin unlocks for the keys to be used. Now, one key will open this pin. Well, one key will open the vault and unlock this pin. And it's guaranteed to be released out of 100,000 pins. So it could be released on the first pin. But there's also a probability factor in play here that increases the probability of that pin being released the more keys that are being opened. There's a significant amount of math here, but if you're observant and you're looking at the screen, you're going to see there's 35,228 pins out of 100,000 collected so far. And if you look over to the right, you'll see my Genesis keys. I have 40 of them. So I think that's the maximum you can have right now. So I've been doing my best. My sleep has suffered because when you head over to the shop, which is where we're going to head now, we'll come back to this space. But when you head over to the shop, you'll see that you can buy pins. And they show up based on probabilities every 4 hours. And we've had a recent window. And in this new window, we've got a Dolly Standard, a Snow White Silver, a Mr. Pricklepants Sparkle, a Belle Marble, and a Genesis Key. So this has been a fairly lucrative shop for those who don't open capsules. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can open capsules and acquire your sets and then buy and sell when marketplace events happen, or trade when trade events happen. But again, we'll get there in a minute. Or you can shop the storefront, and this repopulates every 4 hours based on a set of probabilities. So you'll get a standard from any active current release every 4 hours. You'll get a brushed silver because that's the equivalent of a standard in this release, but only in this release. So for sure you're going to get these 2 types of pins in front of us. You'll get the standard Dolly and the brushed silver variant of a princess. But you're not guaranteed is these ones, which is the Silver Sparkle version of Mr. Pricklepants and the Marble Luxe version of Belle. Now, when I first loaded up this storefront, I think there's 297 bells. So a few have been purchased since the time of me even starting this recording. But this is currently the highest edition variant that you can get of this princess. So it stands to reason several more are going to sell. And of the 9 currently released, only 6 have shown up in the storefront. So in order to currently access the 3 that didn't show up in the shop, you must either pop capsules, which is a term we throw around, or you have to make a trade or a sale, or a purchase from somebody who has popped capsules, because that's the only way you're going to get those limited 3 right now. So we have, I believe, when the princesses go away in just under 44 hours, I think we have 9 rotations left in the shop, and there's 3 princesses that haven't shown in the Marble Luxe variation. So we don't know what's going to happen. Again, we've got 9 rotations to go. There was, I think, 70-something rotations to begin with. I wish I could remember. Either way, every 4 hours you show up at this storefront. You have a look at what's available, and of course, your key is here, available to be claimed for free. All you got to do is be there and claim it. 4 hours later, you show up again, a new key will be present for you, and you just stockpile them. So, again, heading over to my keys section, here's my 40 Genesis keys, and here is the first key that will unlock once the community collectively opens up, claims 1,000 keys, 100,000 keys. Now, what happens after that? So there's a little bit of strategy that happens here, and it depends on what kind of pin you want, or if you want a shot at them all, because the next pin available unlocks at 200,000 keys claimed, and it is not available in this view. However, it is Mr. and Mrs. Incredible from, Pixar's The Incredibles. It's a nice pin. It's a good-looking pin. It's just a matter of what pin drives your heart a little more. What do you want a little more here? I personally would want the Lion King pin over the Incredibles pin, so I'm going to shoot my shot on this pin as soon as I can, and I'm not sure what's going to happen afterwards, because the third pin in the series is a Star Wars pin, and it unlocks at 300,000 key claims, and that's, I believe it's Qui-Gon Jinn versus, I want to say it's Darth Vader. Memory don't fail me. We're just going to call it Darth Vader. Either way, there's 3 pins available. They each unlock at 100,000 key claims, and there's only 1 copy of each. So what happens when the keys become available is you're going to be able to choose 1, 5, 100, maximum is 100 keys at one go, and we're all gonna line up, and we're gonna take turns in queue and have a stab at this vault. And as soon as it opens, the queue disappears, and all those keys are good towards the next pin drawing. Now, I don't think they're good towards the next unlock level. You can't double count them, is what I mean. But what I do mean is that if you're unsuccessful in your quest for a Simba and Rafiki, you can still be successful in your quest for the other 2 pins. So that does successfully cover our Genesis Keys promotion. This is, again, being launched to promote the end of closed release of the product, which, again, lasted 18 months plus. And it's designed to showcase part of the model of the project to new folks that are coming in. And again, with that perk, being a Disney Plus member in the United States, this project is essentially free for you. So you've got key claims for free, you've got monthly OE pins for free, but wait, there's more. Yep, I went there. We're going to head back to the home. And we're going to go down, we're going to talk, we've got pin books here. I'll come back to those. You might notice a familiar name on a pin book here in the prime pin book spot. That's right, Tomcat. So we're moving along, news and information. We've got Genesis key information. It explains to you more than what I've explained to you about the Genesis pins and the Genesis key project. We've got special welcome pins. There's always a welcome offer on with starter pins that basically if you buy into these pins, you get 3 open edition capsules for free. Essentially, these starter pins are free when you consider the price of the open edition capsules in your local currency. Your pricing may look different than my pricing. I'm in Canadian dollars. I just want to give you a heads up on that if you were wondering. So we've got lots of articles here. We've got Digital Pins 101. There's a lot. It's a great fact. If you want to kill some time and you want to learn about the project, this is where you go. It is being updated from time to time, but when you're in the Discord community, again, we'll get there. But when you're in the Discord community, the team there is really good about letting you know when it's been updated if you want to go have a look. So set completion is here. That has to do with a collection article or collection items. I'll head over there shortly. Trading events are happening. Marketplace events are happening. There's information that is involved with that here. Current live mystery capsules are down here. Sold out releases here. As you can see, we've gone through several different types of releases at this point. It is worth noting that, apologize for that. It's worth noting that even though we've got you'll see it later, there's a 9-pin Toy Story release. And when we look here, it's just a bunch of, or rather, it's represented differently as 3 waves. There we are, second wave, and the third wave is in the shop right now. So you're seeing 3 waves, but when you look at the princesses, for example, you're seeing 9. And again, that's because it's a re-release, and this is a first for all of us. We've never seen brushed silver before. We've never seen marble luxe before. These marble luxes, they're very good looking pins. They are giving these digital displays a run for their money, in my opinion. And the brushed silver, silver and gold, that's going to look really nice together. I digress. We've got pin books, and as you can see, the company likes to show off pin books. So since I'm already in the prime spot, I'll just head over to my pin book, and I'll show you what it's all about. So in the app, everybody gets 6 pages in their starter pin book to be creative with their own private collections. As you can see here, I've got on the front page, I've got my pride and joy, the full completed digital display, Volume 1 Disney Princess collection. They're just magical, and that's why they're on the front cover. So I'm just going to tap edit so we can have a look at what the other pages look like. So as you can see, page 2 is on Star Wars. We've got a beautiful puzzle piece set, which is Attack of the Clones, the Chaser, Jango Fett's up on top there, the headpiece. We've got limited editions and a starter edition pin down below. Clearly I'm a fan of that background. Now check this out. These are color splash pins. Every one of these pins is hard to find. Really is. Some of them in the marketplace, they are coming in at cheap prices. So the next time you see a Disney Pinnacle marketplace, keep your eyes peeled for these pins. They are sleepers. Gorgeous pins. These pins are part of the Year of the set. Now, this company's been out for, more than less than 2 years. Last year was Year of the Dragon. This year's Year of the Snake. So you can see we've got some Year of the Dragon pins here and Year of the Snake pins, along with a complimentary background. Now, the backgrounds you've seen so far, with the exception of this one, have been earned through set completion or reward challenges that the team has offered, again, through the Discord community. Very, very great community project here. The team is super awesome. The community here is fantastic. It is, and there's some big players in the community. Like, if I'm not naming usernames or anything, but the CMO of OpenSea is in there with us. We've got absolute whales just lurking, and not just lurking, but chatting. This is it's a very fun project. As you can see on this next page, we've got my favorite background with the very first limited edition Star Wars release, which is Phantom Menace. They've released limited editions for every Star Wars movie at this point. I believe I've got all 9 episodes, but I'm just showcasing the first one here along with some starter edition pins. Moving over, I've got this is every possible variant to the Tiana set, and I thought that was worth showcasing. So that is my pin book. Oh, almost made an uncalled for edit. Let's discard those changes. So that was my pin book. So we've been to the shop. We've had a look at my pin book. We've had a brief look at my collection. So let's have a look at the set portion of collections. This is the feature. They're sorted by categories. We've got featured, completed, incompleted, and then the different types. So we'll go back up to the top. Here's a featured set, which is the Volume 3 of Toy Story. As you can see, I've been working on this set, and I've got some of it completed. I've got a mixed set done here in my... It's like a sticker album. It really takes you back. So different variants can be placed here. So it's your gobbledygook section, and I really like that. You have a standard section, so you want to complete that one. That's the easiest one to do. Silver Sparkle, I'm missing Woody, but I have him set up in a trade. He's coming my way, and I know that. Again, that's part of the awesome community here, but I'll move on into that in a bit. Gold. These golds, you may notice if you were paying attention to the princesses earlier, these ones are significantly brighter than the princesses. So this is, I don't know if it's a subtle design shift on the part of the team, or if it's something that we can eventually look at in terms of a different valuation. But as you can see, by far, the favorite of this collector is the digital display editions, and they're the hardest ones to get. I won't give you any sort of cloud here. They're the hardest ones to get. And I'm very fortunate all of them have shown up in the storefront, but I didn't purchase many of them in the storefront. I really enjoy opening the capsules in this project. It's a lot of fun. There is a gambling element to it, but there's also probability involved. So I don't want to call it a safe bet because it's not, but it is a lot of fun. So again, here's the princesses. There's a little bit more here because there's different variations now. I was not here for the original drop, so I'm missing a fair portion here. I just love these sparkles, though. There's my only gold. Look at those digital displays. Marble's not here yet. It's in, oh, there it is. Second printing. There's the marbles, or the mixed, rather. The silvers and the marbles. All right, so that is featured sets currently. There's an example of a completed starter set. This is a limited event edition pin, and you can tell by the color. This is similar to a limited edition, but it's linked to an event. In this case, this is a May the 4th pin, so it was available on May the 4th only. Here we've got, and you can tell by the color, a dark deep purple with a deep purple border. You can tell right away this is a limited, well, it also says it at the bottom, but this is a limited edition set. This is a Wall-E set. So this is the theme, Wall-E pins from the Wall-E movie, and there's different pins from the set. Now you may notice some of those pins have stars on them, and we'll get to that in a second. I want to be able to show you those as we scroll through the collection here. So that's what we'll do. We're going to look through the collection, and I'm not going to filter it. You can look by set, you can look by year. The filter function here is your best friend because your collection is going to get big if you're here for a while. Here's all the different editions you can get. Here's all the different variants you can get. It's a collector's world. It's really a lot of fun. So I'm not going to select anything from the filters. I'm just going to scroll so you can see. Different shades mean different things. Different border colors mean different things. The Darth Vader, there's an example of a pin with a star beside it. So what that is it's a magic reveal. And what a magic reveal is it's bonus content tied to this pin, and the owner controls who sees this content. Now, that doesn't mean you own the only copy of this content, but for this content, you do own it, and you control who gets to see it via a link. So as you can see, some of these have them. Most of them don't, but some of them do. Ezra there's got one. Is it Kanan or Kanan has one? Some of the Wall-E pins have them. Some don't. There's Zeb, he's got one. There's a color splash sitting right there, the Mickey and Donald, the black and white. I don't have too many of those in my collection. There's a Ratatouille. I was hoping to get to maybe a little deeper in. There's a classic one. All right, let's use this one. Lady and the Tramp. We've got a digital display magic reveal pin. So this is a gorgeous pin all by itself. Nice gold border. It's going to glitch in and out. It's the classic scene from, the movie, one of the first movies I can remember growing up on. And it's a beautiful pin. It's got information on it. Oh, maybe you heard that. Did you hear that? Something happens when you do this. I gotta tell you, kids love these. So I won't show you every one. The C3PO, I've never seen that one, so I'm gonna scroll past it because I don't know if it's a great one or not. But here's one for you that I think you'll recognize. We have Elsa. These pins are beautifully done. The clip was chosen perfectly. And if you check this one out, you can even see the backgrounds moving on it. Even when you move the pin, the background's still going to be animated. This is the future of digital collecting. I haven't even talked to you about the strengths and weaknesses about digital collecting yet. I'm too busy trying to cover ground here. So these, we're going to talk about the limited event edition pins. Here's one right here. It's Minnie Mouse. There was 296 of them minted. Not a magic reveal. You see there's a Pluto right beside it. I know there is a color splash up here. So let's have a look at that one. And this was one of the first LEEs launched for D23. Check it out. It's a pretty sharp pin. And there's only 778 out there, and I'd be willing to wager half of those are in wallets that aren't moving. So it's a fairly limited pin, at least in terms of where the audience is right now. But the audience is about to expand, let me tell you. So you've looked at my collection. We've looked at pin books. We've looked at the shop. We've looked at the home pages. You kind of get a feel for what's happening. So let's talk about what you can't see today. And those things are A, Disney perks, B, trading events, C, marketplace. So we'll start with Disney perks. If you are a US Disney Plus subscriber, if you go to your Disney perks section, you'll see that you've got not only one free open edition pin every month with your subscription, but you'll also get a free $10 in Dapper credit if you sign up as well, which is good for at least one more pin. Or at least one more capsule, I should say. Now, there's not going to be enough to sign up and get free Stitch limited edition pins, but these function a little differently anyways. So how limited edition functions is they are announced, and then the release date is announced. So tomorrow is the release date for us. At noon EST, 11 a.m. EST, the waiting room will open, and you will, for those who enter the room and wait for the hour, you get assigned a random spot in the queue. The queue then begins at 12 o'clock sharp, and wherever you land is where you land in the lineup. You're allowed to buy one pin. It's assigned to you randomly, and then you get back in line and get into another one if you can. And the goal is to try and get your set, or to try and get enough pins that you can trade for a set. So that's the perfect segue into trading events. Let's talk about that. Now, in the bottom, you're going to see the 4 tabs: Home, Shop, Pin Books, and Collection. When trading event is active, you'll see a 5th tab, and it'll say Trade. So you can go in there and you can search by username, you can search for wallet address, you can see who's sending you trades. And that's where you can respond to trade offers. You can craft offers there, you can accept, you can decline, and then send your own counter. It's a lot of fun. There's an in-app chat that opens up during the trade. However, the Discord is the place to be. Now, you know I've mentioned this to you several times. Greg, what's going on here? Discord is the place to go. It's the place where DoubleDaddy found his footing with this project, and he found his digital Disney family. I won't lie to you. I spend more time than I should in the Disney Discord, but it's for good reason. It's passion. So go to the Disney Digital Discord. I'll post a link to it in the comment of this video. You should be able to be welcomed with open arms. I'm known as DoubleDaddy there. Don't forget to say hello. And I look forward to seeing you. It's such a fun community. And I need to be a little bit cryptic here, but there are other places than these if you are behaved well. Now, this stuff, while it is technically they're NFTs, technically they're on the blockchain, they are classified as digital collectibles. And there is marketplace events that happen. So to round out the trading event and the capsule purchases is the marketplace. So if you can't reach an agreement with somebody via a trade, or you think somebody's just being unreasonable, maybe the almighty dollar is the equalizer for you. Maybe you're able to sell a pin to someone else for the value that you needed to purchase the pin that you wanted. And I will tell you, that's exactly how this guy acquired his digital display princess set at one of the previous marketplace events. So we've got, just to close it all up into a neat little bow, we've got a project that's just exited closed release. It's run by the main innovator, the Mac Daddy in the space, and that's coming from a daddy. Dapper Labs has many check marks already, and they're going from win to win here, in my opinion. You've got different price points, different levels of collecting, different levels of passion within this collecting communities. Like, there is something here for everyone, whether you're 5 or 55. I promise you, DoubleDaddy would not lead you astray in a project that he's personally been involved with for over a year. So, marketplace will come again. Trading event happening this weekend, but these events, they come and they go. The Discord server link is in the comment below. Get yourself in there, because I'm telling you, it's like a digital flea market on trade events. People have trade links. They post them like crazy. There's images, there's spreadsheets coming out of what people have and what they don't have, what they need, what they think things are worth. If you are a collectible fiend like this guy is, you want to get involved here. There is something for you. It's the Disney umbrella. There's something for everybody. Now, it is worth noting that there is 3 studios and 3 studios only that are involved with this project. And that's Walt Disney Animation Studios. I don't actually have where is it? There's Pixar, Walt Disney Animation Studios. That's Disney. Pixar. And Star Wars. So Star Wars content we have access to, Pixar content we have access to, and Disney Animation Studios content we have access to. I don't know if that's going to change in time. They've said, they announce things pre-release, so don't expect any after-the-fact reward, and I really like that. I also like the fact that, at the risk of promoting rug pulls, and I'm not, I'd like to point out that this project has run from the very beginning without a roadmap, and they've been very upfront about it. So there's a huge difference here in the fact that it's Dapper Labs saying that and not some unknown project. So you've got a established fixture in the space coming at you, and they're keeping something under the curtain because the space is jaded. The digital collectible space, it was jaded when it was focused on NFTs. But now that it's focusing more on digital collectibles and the experience, we're gamifying things a bit more. It's becoming a much more authentic collecting experience with projects like this. They're going from strength to strength in this collector's opinion. So to recap, we've got a revolving storefront shop where you can collect free things and buy things as you want to collect in your collection. You've got ways to show off your pins in pin books, and you can not just show them off to anybody on your phone, but you can show them off in the app as well when you get featured like this. This was a happy accident. I didn't I didn't say, hey guys, I'm going to make a video. Toss me here. This was a happy accident. They have no idea I'm doing this, for the record. Me and my giant subscriber list. So here's, once again, my collection. As you can see, it varies. There's so many different stables and brands under the Disney umbrella. There's so many different levels of innovation. This is a really long video, but there's a lot to say. This is the last magic reveal we're going to see in this video. I haven't even discussed serial numbers or anything like that. When you buy limited pins or limited edition pins, as you can see, there's a serial number on them. These come out randomly. Some serial numbers seem to have value, some more than others, single digits more than others. There's also perfect serial numbers, which is the final serial number in a sequence. Ooh, I haven't seen this. We've got a ghost error. Let's find a different one. We've got Winnie the Pooh here. As you can see, this one's not a limited edition pin, so we've got a mint count and no serial number. So the serials are on limited editions and limited event editions only. Things like this, like Dory, a limited edition pin. Very awesome stuff coming out of Dapper Labs. This is a currently active project. This project shows no signs of slowing down. In the interest of wrapping up this video, I have taken way too much of your day, and for that I apologize. But again, there's a little something here for everyone. And there's a little bit of a different price point here for everyone as well. So come out, have a look, and see what Dapper Labs and Disney are doing with this partnership. Disney pins by themselves are a huge economy. If you know anything about Disney pins, you're going to want to learn more about this. This eliminates a lot of the pitfalls of traditional pin collecting, which is counterfeits, damage, wear and tear, things like that. There's a lot of positives here coming your way if you're willing to embrace new things and embrace change, and this is one of them. So, with that being said, I can hear the gravel in my voice. This is DoubleDaddy. On behalf of TokenPathways.com, your friendly neighborhood DoubleDaddy was really happy to be able to bring you this project deep dive today. I hope it was good for you. Hope it was educational and that you learned as much as you could and you've got some passion for it. That as soon as you let go of this video, you're going to head over to that link in the Discord and you're going to sign up and you're going to say hi as soon as you can. And we're going to help you the rest of the way. There's a tracking site available for this app. There's multiple servers available for this app. There is a lot to be said for Disney Pinnacle. The future is very bright. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.